We back up in here, man. Episode 53. 53, man. And I just felt the need of having to do it a little different this time, you know? Usually I'm bombarding myself, talking, me by myself and everything like that. But today it's a little different, yo. I got my mans in here, man. Before I even introduce him, man, it's a special edition. We highlighting an artist. Before I even go there, like I said, let me just give a little quote. We are what we are because we have been what we have been. And what is needed for solving the problems of human life and motives is not moral estimates, but more knowledge. So with that being said, man, let me introduce y'all. For those who don't know, I got my man, dude, artist, actor, producer, singer, rapper, philanthropist, all around a chameleon. He can do it all. I don't know if I left anything out, but ladies and gentlemen, Koc GO is in the building, man. Let's go. He is in here.
We here.
You are him and him is you. We in here, man. Let's go.
We're in the building. We're in the building.
Hey, man. First off, right off the bat, I just want to ask your name. Like, what is the meaning of your name? Because I seen it like as an acronym, with like the dots in between it. So does explain like the origins or the actual meaning of your name, if you can.
Yeah, the real origins. When I first got the name, it's before I actually started rapping, making music. The name came from a town in Louisiana called Vidalia, and when you cross the river, you're in Mississippi. It's called Natchez, Mississippi. So it's called a Miss Lou area. It's like a junction, and I lived in Louisiana, but I went to school in Mississippi, and everybody rocked with me tough. That's my second home. Everybody rocked with the boy. They love me. I love them. And one dude was like, he was just playing with it. He was like, yo, because he was from the Mississippi side. He was like, dog, I was talking to him. We had an intellectual conversation. He like, yo, you from the city, yo. He like, man, you a king. Like, you the king of the city. You know what I mean?
No, you that. You that.
Word.
I got
I just took the abbreviation. I ran with it. So what it stands for, king of the city, God's offspring. You know what I mean? So I couldn't use God's son because of Nas. So like God's offspring.
Word. Damn, that's deep as hell. That's deep as hell. All right, so even just to even go further and piggyback off of that, you just pretty much told me you was in Mississippi for a little spell. So tell me your origins, where do you come from? What do you places you call home, your upbringing, your origins. Go ahead. If you can.
I'm from New Orleans, uptown. 11 Walk, man. Pretty cool family, bro. Musical family, for sure. My mama did it. 1, 2, 3. Three of my aunties did it. My grandma did it. My grandma was like a perfectionist. My grandma did it. My daddy did it too. He was a musician, singer, and stuff like that. So, I had an uncle that did it. My auntie husband, he did it, and I was just around it more, so much, and going on little tours and stuff with them. That right there, Katrina hit, of course. Wound up in the Miss Lou area. My grandma had a house out there, so I used to go out there back and forth as a kid, for the summer. So when I went out there, I just picked up where I left off with my homies, and from there came to Houston later on down the life in my life or whatever. So New Orleans #1, the Miss Lou area #2, and Houston #3 is what I call home.
Damn, so you got 3 homes.
Yeah,
jeez,
yeah, they love, man. It's love, man.
Man. So with New Orleans, as far as I I've known, like, you know, like with the violence down there. Like, can you like tell me about the violence? You know, have you seen violence at all?
I
Go ahead,
mean,
man.
man, look, we see what we see, what I'm saying, and stuff like that. It's hard, man, and when we talk about it, we see it on so many different levels, what I'm saying, and stuff like
Mm,
that, with different things, growing up in that city. You remember like 94, 95, something like that. We was like
word.
the murder capital, probably I think like
That's
600
right.
murder. So and then this thing that would make it more dangerous. New Orleans was never a big city. We never had a 500,000 people. So
Word.
when you look at 600 murders in a city with 300,000 people in it, you know what I'm
Hell yeah,
saying? So
that's
yeah, it's crazy. You know what I mean? So which is like that in a lot of places, but I can't speak for other places. I could just speak for the place that I grew up in, and what I'm saying, stuff that I seen, people that's no longer here that was
word.
kids with me. You know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So man, you see a lot when you living in that city. You forced to grow up real fast. You know what I'm saying? So,
Word.
you know, that's just the way it is. Like when mama opened that door for you to go to school in the morning, you gonna catch a city bus. We ain't have
Mm,
no yellow buses like that. Like, you know what I mean? So when she opened that door for you to go to school, she just praying that you get back the way you left.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? So,
mm.
it's something like that, man. We just have to look out for each other. It was a lot of us. We had to look out for each other.
So going even further with that, like, would you say you were affected in some sort of way with some type of like trauma? I know you have like a theme going with like anxiety and such, in those terms. Like, would you say the violence in where you grew up kind of affected you going forward in
Well,
life?
I'm gonna tell you with that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's kind of weird with me. Because when you
Mm,
when you see it so much, you get used to seeing it. It's like a part of the day-to-day thing. It don't hit
mm,
you then, but it hit you when you get older. Start realizing down the line, all them people that was killing and got killed look like you. You
that's
know what I
true.
mean?
That's
So it's
true.
more
Yeah.
heartbreaking than any like trauma because we was born in the battlefield. So,
Mm,
that it was normal to us, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So opposed to us just being thrown in there, we was born into it. So we had to learn how to maneuver and live a regular life in a regular childhood as much as we could. You know what I mean? So that whole city is a battlefield. It was a battlefield for sure. And like after a while you get accustomed to it and you don't notice it. You know what I'm saying? So whenever like I talk to people about like growing up less fortunate, we had enough to survive, but less fortunate compared to a lot of others. You know what I mean? And what it is when you in a situation, if you're in a current situation and everybody around you in that situation too, it don't seem so
mm.
bad. You know what I mean? Because you're like, dang, well, this must be normal because everybody I know like this. You know what I'm saying? So
Word. Word.
but when you get older and you experience life more, you're like, nah, that ain't what it do, bro. You know what I'm saying? So opposed to me going through it mentally at the time when I was going
Mm,
through it.
word.
Now it's like, damn, I really
I
ain't
can't
have
believe
a
I
chance.
went.
Like
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
It's one of
Yeah.
them type of things. So, yeah.
Yeah.
It's more motivation than trauma for sure.
So, what is the biggest misconception about New Orleans, do you think? Like, what do you think is the biggest misconception about like that place as a whole? Like, not even just New Orleans, just Louisiana as a whole. What do you think is the biggest misconception about like that area?
Um, damn, the biggest misconception about Louisiana. Because I will say this, like it's hard. It's hard to say that. It's
Mm.
hard to answer it because like naturally people love Louisiana people everywhere we go. You know what I mean? So I
Mm-hmm.
think
Yeah.
the biggest misconception I can say about New Orleans um, is that everybody the same. People think
Mm-hmm.
everybody the same. People think, oh, you from New Orleans.